first time we've been here.
I believe so.
So we had our annual exhibition this year at the Brzezinga Museum at Hope College in Holland. And we had over 60 pieces in the museum. And for those of you that don't know Mark Bonet, this man found the place for us. He's in the show, thank God. And he won an award, so he's in this show. So look up Mark Bonet, and I think you're in the front.
In the front.
Right.
What a wine table.
And it's for sale. Bonnet. I'll never get it right. And it's for sales.
It's for sale.
So, Michigan Watercolor Society has been around since 1946. It was started by a group of young artists, professors out of Wayne State, University of Michigan, the DIA, Cass Tech High School, and they wanted to put together an organization where there was a focus on watercolor and water media painting, where there was no discrimination of any kind. All styles, techniques were accepted. And when I keep rereading that historical component that keeps coming up, and my sense was that back in the 40s, there was probably, well, number one, watercolor wasn't really as accepted as a major art form. It may not still be. There's a few artists that kind of changed that in the 20s, 40s, 50s, but it took a long time for it to get accepted as a real form of art to compete with oil and acrylic and sculpture and everything else. But I don't know if there was any other hidden meaning behind where they felt they had to be separated out to have their own unique group. But thank God that they did. I joined this organization when I was in my master's program in the 70s. Head of the art department was on the board, and another lady was in my, she was graduating about the same time I was, and her name was Electra Stamalas. And she went on, she was great on the board of Michigan Watercolor. Her and her husband left a lot of money and all her paintings. They built a gallery at the University of Michigan Dearborn, where we currently have our signature show. And the signature show is a group show that we created where if you got into the annual exhibition, 4 out of the last 10 years or so, you're part of the secondary show. So Mark, you're in that one too, right? So Mark is a signature member. Robin, are you a signature member?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. You're probably one away at least.
I got one more.
One more to go, okay. Which encourages people to want to enter work. Patricia, you're in, right? You're Patricia Flynn, if you don't know her, she's from Holland. And she just had a solo exhibition while we were going on. She was at the Holland Center for the Arts. So we went and saw her show, and through that, we'll be signed up to have our annual exhibition there in a few years. We cover all parts of the state, so this year we're on the west side. Next year we're in Traverse City at the Danos Museum. And the next year we're back in West Bloomfield at the Janice Cherritt Gallery to cover Southeast Michigan. Then we'll be back over in the Jackson area at Ella Sharp Museum. And then I think we're back here, back in Holland. And then I think I figure out by then I'll be dead, so I'll have to find someone else to find venues. But it's a great organization. I was honored as a college student to get into a couple of shows back then, and I felt privileged. And when I retired from my day job a few years ago, I said I want to give back. So I've been on the board now 9 years, and just made it my own. Maybe too much, but I'm glad you're all here. Have a good time. Any watercolors here in the room? You need to be part. You need to be part of our organization. We need people like you. We need young people.
They need fresh blood.
Right? Because I won't last too long. Thank you.